Welcome to Trade Life. So today is a rather depressing day. One of the guys I've worked with for like the past 18 to 19 months, he's leaving the company. We've known about this for a while, and like I said, he's leaving the right way. Everything's good. There's no hard feelings. The only feelings that are left though is you've traveled with a guy for 19 months, dang near lived with the guy for 19 months, work every day, eat every meal. When you work in a close crew, they really begin to feel like family, and it's something that you're never really prepared for, and it it hurts a lot more than you think it will because he's a coworker. You don't It's not family, but when you eat, work, live, sleep with the same people, they become your family. When you rely on somebody so much, expect so much, see them day after day after day, there's a very human pattern that begins to evolve throughout this. And today I got to say goodbye. Probably won't see this guy again. He's he's from somewhere pretty far away, and our our paths are not likely to cross again. After work today, we went to go have a nice steak dinner as a farewell on the company, and like I said, we were all really expecting this to come. First, it was going to be in August. Then he said he would stay longer. Then December hits, and he goes, "I'll stay another month." And then January hits, "I'll stay another month." February hits, I'll stay for the next couple jobs. Well, here we are at the end of February, and he said, "This is it. It's time for me to go back home." So we went out. We had a great dinner. the The steakhouse we went to was about 30 minutes away from the hotel. So this is a little bit of the drive back from the hotel.
Vendiendo las nalgas, puede que te amargas, puede que te alegras, puede que te encanta.
See how happy everybody is? When you work, eat, live, sleep together, you become very close, whether you want to or not. It's something that nobody's ever ready for, nobody prepares you for the camaraderie that takes place in within the cruise. And it's something that's so special and beautiful in its own right. So, Hector, I'm gonna miss you, man. Words really can't replace how you leaving is going to affect this crew, or how we're going to go on without you. All of the value that you brought to the company. You've been you've been extremely instrumental to the way we do things now. Your welding is phenomenal, especially the way you can use 309. I've never seen anything like it. It is truly special. Your sense of humor, I mean, you will never be replaced, only remembered. So, truly, I thank you for your time here. It's been nothing short of fantastic. If you ever want to come back, like I said, we will welcome you with open arms anytime. So, as for the rest of this episode, I really want to talk about resumes, and what it's like when you apply to a company and You type up your resume, you make it look all fancy. You're all like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do some of this. Oh yeah, I'm good at this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this." No problem. If you can do all of this, no problem. Put it all on. Put all of it on there. The one piece of advice I can give to you, especially if you're graduating high school and you're writing resumes for the first time and creating them, making yourself sound sellable, no problem. Like, I understand resumes are there for you to sell yourself. The only thing is, don't lie. Please don't lie in your resume. A couple examples I can give of this is, so I've interviewed a lot of people and hired a lot of people, and especially in this traveling millwright work, there's two questions I like to ask people. The first question is, do you know how to weld? And the second question is, do you know how to back up a trailer? I would say on average, I get a 90 to 95% yes on both of those questions. However, I have seen tens of dozens of hundreds of people who cannot weld and who cannot back up a trailer. That inner ego really becomes an issue where if I ask, can you weld? And you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But then right when it's time to start welding, you say, so listen, I haven't welded in like 15 years, but I used to on the farm all the time using, 6011 rod. Like, That, that's not what I asked. That's not the practical skill of welding that I asked if you could do for this job that you applied for and were also hired at a certain salary for because you said you can weld. It's not going to hinder you from getting the job if you don't know how to do something. I value honesty way more than a fancy resume. And I truly feel like I can speak for a lot of people on this, a lot of employers, a lot of businesses and companies. If you haven't welded in 15, 20 years and you used to do a little bit of it this one time and you laid a couple good beads this one time, don't put welder on your resume. If the opportunity is presented to you to weld, take the opportunity to learn, practice back up and become good at it again. Something I heard, this is 2, 3 months ago. They said, do you know what the difference is between a welder and a farmer? A welder won't tell you he can farm. That's that's pretty solid advice throughout life. So on your resumes, when you make them, write them with the intention of being honest because employers care about honesty way more and clean, fresh slates. I mean a lot. Because if you have all of this experience that you're saying that you have, and you come to the job site and it's time to perform those tasks that you said you can do, and then you underperform, it reflects very poorly on you, and the salary that you were hired at was based on said skills. It's a great way to be no longer welcome to the job site. So always undersell yourself and overdeliver. It will benefit you tremendously. Your raises will come, everything to get you where you need to be. But selling false hope does not help you, does not help the company that you're working for. It truly does not benefit anybody. So I have a list here of a couple things that tend to get put on resumes that look fancy and proper on paper, but in reality, when you think about it, they're just a bunch of nonsense words. So first one would be when you stick motivated all over your resume. It's like, yeah, I'm motivated. Like, well, I'd hope so. You're applying for a job. That should be pretty yeah, motivated. But when you say it over and over again, it's like motivated, desperate. That that's how it comes across. Next couple of them, like creative, results driven, team player, detail oriented. Yeah, those are all of the expectations that are asked. Like, yeah, detail oriented. Don't don't do bad stuff. Don't I don't know. Put some bull chain together and forget to put the cotter pins in. That Yeah, technically that's detail orientated that you remember to finish doing your job. But again, on a resume, it's very redundant and like it's the expectation that's already there. So things like that, like I said, they're just not or hard hard worker. I've never seen anyone put lazy worker on a resume. Hard worker is 100% the expectation. Self starter, excellent communication skills, proactive, dynamic. Yeah, job sites, jobs, shops, industrial, maintenance. Take your pick up, down, 6 ways to Sunday. Yeah, they're all a little bit dynamic. Just because you've wired 1,500 different outlets doesn't mean on this next one it's going to be a little bit different. That's industry standard, normal, the bull junk you got to deal with. So again, when you keep sticking this on resumes, employers want like I'm reading through, I'm all like, I'm reading through resumes. I see all these, crazy words on there. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty dang fabricated to me. The point is, just be more honest on your work experience. Same, I mean, again, if you are a maintenance worker and you write down, yeah, I was a maintenance supervisor, da 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 da, whatever. I'm going to assume hard worker, proactive, results driven team player, dynamic, self starter. That that's all a given. I want to know more details on what you did. I want to know what was one of the biggest problems that you had to overcome. What was a problem that was presented in front of you that you had to come up with a solution to overcome and keep things rolling? That story means way more to me than any words will, like team player, detail oriented, hard work, or dynamic. I want real world situations where things were going sideways, but you corrected them. And also, if you're fresh and you're just getting into this, again, it's no problem. Employers, myself, I'm not a employer, just a field supervisor. But when I'm given a new guy and I look over their resume, I care deeply about what they're honest about. If you have, diesel mechanic on your resume and you don't know that a wrench is offset one way, so you turn the nut, then you can flip the wrench to get it the rest of the way. That's a true story. The diesel mechanic did not know you could flip a wrench, and that's why they had an offset on the side, so you could continue turning it, flip it, turn it when you're like in a tight corner. Honesty goes so far, so far in this. So don't kid your employer, don't kid yourself, because when you have a level playing field of transparency between yourself and the employer, you can go so much further because again, the expectations are set where your standards actually are. And you can grow from there. If you set the standards so high, but you're currently down here, there's this a gap that has to be filled, and it's either going to come from the employer sacrificing their standards to meet yours of where you said you were, or you need to rise to the standards that you set. So it's not fair to either party. So on your resumes and you're applying for jobs, be as honest as possible about your experience. Because being honest about low experience is 10 times better than being dishonest about high experience. Because it's so much harder to work with that. And knowing where to place people. Work hard, do your best, and be honest. Honesty goes so far. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Check me out on my Facebook page at the Trade Life Podcast. Check me out on Instagram at Trade Life Podcast. Email me stories, questions, comments, concerns, anything at tradelifemedia@gmail.com. Let's grow this thing. I want this to be a full community where new guys getting into this have a good space to ask the questions, post their stories, and the older guys are able to correspond with this and bring it all together, because that's what this really is. This is all about bringing people up, bringing them together. We want this world to be good for all of us. The guys with experience, they have their experience for a reason because they put the time and put the effort in. But but if you guys don't share your experience and your stories, they die with you. They retire with you. Share them and then keep them in the trade so they can grow up and more experience, more knowledge, more tricks, hacks, whatever you want to call it, grows inside of this, and we can all use this together. This is not just about you or I. This is about all of us. The trades are all one. We're all one people, and we need to grow, and we need to grow this together. Thank you for watching. Work starts now.